A new season begins for the now three-time defending Stanley Cup champions, the St. Louis Blues. Of course, a new look as we begin this year. Ovechkin has retired, replaced by Johnny Gaudreau. Carey Price has been traded to get Johnny Gaudreau. It is now the Vitaly Fedorov era. He is our starting goalie. No matter how much he struggles, DiPietro will only play on back-to-back situations. So whether or not we can have success this year with an 81 overall goaltender, well, we're going to find out. But I am excited, of course, to see what happens. This may be, and I know I've said this a couple of times, maybe this is our last year. I'm not sure. Of course, I do want to see what Fedorov becomes now. Really quickly, before we begin, it was brought to my attention that there was a franchise player, and people wanted an update on him. He did go to Chicago, 91 overall at 20 years old. This is the player that I was hoping Pierce would be, and that didn't quite work out. And to answer your question, yes, I already tried to trade for him. That's not happening. We would have to give up a lot to get him, but yeah, that will not be happening, at least in this point in time, with some of the players we'd have to give up. But let's get right into the sim. Not sure how far into this season we will make it. We are going to get a decent amount of simming done here right off the bat. But yeah, I kind of alluded towards it in the off season. I think I alluded towards it in the off season video. It's at least been on my mind what series, as we immediately have an injury to Michael Dale Cole. I have a plan for the series to come after this. Of course, it's tough to say a realistic mode, of course, but with the Red Wings series, call it vanilla, if you will. You know, we're not doing anything crazy like getting, Connor McDavid and Carey Price and all these players on the same team. I will just go best lines for now. I'm not too concerned. The only thing I have to do is put Vitaly Fedorov back in. And I'm going to go best lines down in the AHL as well. And let's see, how does that work out? Did it really? Fucking hell. Oh, this could be a problem because it scratches Comtois, Kennons, and Tippett. And I'm not sure why. I think if I were to change the positioning, like if I were to change Comtois to a right wing, we'd be fine. Note to self, don't go best lines down in the AHL again. That is clearly a mistake. And let's see, we'll get Tippett in for fast. And God, this is a mess. Didn't plan on having to do this. I was hoping to, at least get a decent bit of progress. Holy shit. I am off my game right now. It won't get any better. I'm not going to say stick with me. It'll get better. No, it's all downhill from here. Anyway, as I was saying, the series to come. Fuck you. Oh my God. The series to come after this one. I think you guys will like it. It's been talked about a bit, and I'm excited for it. So while I'm still having fun with this series, I am obviously very much looking forward to that series now that, of course, I have the idea in my head. And, of course, the fine details of that series will be decided by you guys, as most of my series are. So keep an eye out for that. But let me know, how far do you think we should go in this series? Of course, now, the only reason we're still going at this point is because of Vitaly Fedorov. Now, whether or not we, play another, 2, 3, 4 years, it really is up to you guys. I could, on my own time, just sim through 5 extra seasons off screen just to see how his overall eventually goes. Or we can just keep this going. I'm not sure. But, Bellerive is back, son of a bitch. We'll just go best lines, and we will keep the AHL players that we called up scratched, maybe? No, because it has McCabe in there by default over Pedersen. Jesus, I don't understand it. Maybe I should have changed the positions, as I said. Would make things a little bit easier. We'll send both of them back down. And, do I really want to go best lines again? Let's get this lineup set. Oh boy, this is frustrating. And again, the injuries for us, it's not like they're major injuries. It's just, oh, here, he's going to be injured for 3 days, so that you have to change the lineup, for absolutely no reason. Absolutely no reason. Let's take Markov out. Isn't this fun? The worst part of doing a live commentary, that is for sure, is having to deal with these injuries. I mean, geez, we're only 4 games now, 5 games into the new season, a 3-2 record, which isn't terrible. Jesus, come on. Oh, the EA gods are just... Is this because I tried to trade for the franchise level player? Is that what you're trying to tell me, EA? Did I push the boundaries and now you're like, no, screw you. You deserve to make absolutely zero progress in this episode. God. All right, let's get that lineup set up again. The power play lines. I'm concerned because I'm obviously not managing them the way I had them set up. I made sure that Stelio and Lavin both had proper power play time, so they might not get aggravated. But yeah, this is rough. Defensively, we'll put in Lindholm. I don't really even care if he's a lefty. He is. It worked out all right. Can we please just make it to the end of October without another injury? We are, of course, going to have to change the lines again here, though. We'll be putting DiPietro in against the Chicago Blackhawks. So, man, we're like 6.5 minutes into this video or something like that, and we've only simmed 7 games. Awesome. Just awesome. But hopefully we can keep winning. Fedorov so far a .909 save percentage. Yikes. That's not good. I really am disappointed though by his lack of progression. I thought for sure he was a shoo-in to at least, like I said, 83, 84, maybe even an 85 overall. That didn't happen. Hooray, we beat the Blackhawks in our first game. And screw it. We'll just play DiPietro until this Bruins game. And then we will roll with Vitaly Fedorov. Another injury down in the AHL. Another injury in the NHL level. Mando Eggenberger. I haven't changed the injury slider in a while. I think I dropped it down to 9, just as I did with the Red Wings series. We just can't catch a break. We can't catch a break. So let's call up McCabe again. We'll go best lines. And of course, yeah, you know what? Since we're already here, let's put Fedorov. Let's put Fedorov back in. Pedersen over here. Put Lavin over here. And we are good. Sub someone in automatically. Who is the best overall player? Is it Fast at this point? Nope, it's Markov. So Markov gets back in to the lineup. The AHL lines are a mess right now because I couldn't care less about properly editing them, but they do have a hell of a record. 7-1 so far to start this year. Fazlev is back. He can stay out for now. And Vitaly Fedorov goes down to injury. Oh my god. Is this a sign? Is this a sign that it's time to maybe call it quits on this series? The game is rebelling against me at this point. Let's call up Outhouse, I suppose. And we'll have him be the backup here. I mean, the good thing is we can just keep DiPietro in. Tyson Jost up to an 86. Not too bad. And you know what? Fuck it. We'll keep whatever it says for best lines the same. 3 injuries right now to this team. That is simply unfair. But let's get Markov in there, and then the backup, we don't want Kulmala. Shit, which Lettinen is it? It's Antti Lettinen. There we go. That is unfortunate that we have 2 goalies, one on an AHL deal, also named Lettinen. But there we go. Lineups fixed again. And let's see, the Ducks are doing well. So Outhouse may and probably will play against Chicago unless Fedorov is already fully healthy, which I have to stop the sim because if he sits in this New Jersey game, oh my god, EA, you're killing me here. You're killing me. We do have a 9-2-1 record though. But yeah, we got to make sure we can't have Fedorov on the bench because he'll get hurt again. But if he's scratched when he's technically healthy enough to play, he'll plummet to like a 76 overall because of the morale. So we have to play it a little bit safe. The good thing is, of course, DiPietro will start against New Jersey, and we'll just take it game by game until Fedorov is good to go. Scouting, I couldn't care less, because half the time you scout these areas anyway, and you'll still, of course, have players show up with absolutely no information. It is a broken system. Fedorov is fully healthy, so we'll play him. We will play him, yeah, for these next 2 games, and then we'll put DiPietro back in against Chicago. DiPietro, oh my god. So clearly the smart move would be to have DiPietro as the starter. He hasn't had too many games so far this year, but oh my god, is he tearing it up right now. Who needs Carey Price, right? And then forward-wise, Eggenberger's back, so we can drop McCabe again. Oh, and then we get to fix the lines for like the 18th time already this episode. So best lines there. Liljegren is now the only scratch. Let me put Fedorov back in. We'll keep that, because whatever at this point. Oh, West. Wasn't West a 74 like 5 minutes ago? Did he really just jump? Am I thinking of the wrong guy? Was he a 76? I could have sworn he was like a 74. And now he's up to a 78. All right. Well, let's go back to scratched players. McCabe and Fazlev. Or Fazlev. I can't. I couldn't tell you how to pronounce that. But regardless, he needs to be put back into the AHL lineup. Was there anybody else? 74. Outhouse. Outhouse needs to be brought back to that starting spot down in Chicago. We are good to go, finally. Finally ready to jump back here and to sim some more games, at least 2 more, before we have to put DiPietro back in goal. Lovely. We have a lot of back-to-backs, which is nice. If we didn't have the injury trouble right now, this would be smooth sailing. Jesus Christ. Because I'd be putting, just every time there's a, like we put DiPietro in against Chicago, he plays until the next back-to-back is what I'm saying here. I am just very distracted and being thrown off my game because of this, just the incredible amount of injuries here. Furtak gets the call up because we don't risk losing him on waivers. So that's good. Radoslav Furtak gets his first look at the NHL level. I'm going to have DiPietro in. I can't remember if this was when I was supposed to switch him over or not, so I'm losing my mind here because of all these injuries. Let's get Luke Witkowski into the lineup. And of course Furtak had a spot in the shootout lineup. Of course you did. Oh, who can we put into this? West, you're a grinder? Who gives a shit, right? Have fun in the shootout. Right. Moving on. Yeah. Okay, DiPietro was supposed to be in. Okay, I think we're good. Let's hope that we can get to this Pittsburgh game. We won't, because at least one person will return from injury before we make too much progress. But we have a 13-2-1 record. Oh my god. Okay. Lovely. Jesus. This is the worst injury bug I've ever seen. This is unbelievable. This is a sign. This series, like these players, I don't think they can make it another season. They're all falling apart. Oh my god. Alright, let's call up DeMello, I guess, and we're going to have a forward start on defense down in the AHL. Oh my god, this is horrific. I'll put Fedorov back in, I guess. But wow, this is awful. This is just awful. Holy hell. Alright, scratched players. Who is the best option here? Markov, have fun playing defense, buddy. I wish you luck. Unreal that we are still winning. The Chicago Wolves still winning, as we've now lost 2 in a row, and then there's an injury. Oh my god. Both teams are still winning, despite this absurd amount of lineup changes. I'm glad Markov got to play 1 game and gets concussed. Oh my god. Rhodes, you're up. I wish you luck. Hopefully you don't end up with a concussion too. Liljegren might be fully healthy. Levy, looks like he'll be back soon. Oh my god. Alright, again, we need to get this lineup figured out. This is disastrous. Well, it's disastrous in a way that we're not making as much progress as I'd hope, but we are still winning games. So, obviously, that is nice. Levy and Liljegren both back. So, we'll probably send down DeMello and Alvitu. Well, yeah, I was thinking maybe give for attack the time. Let's go with DeMello, and we'll send down Alvitu and Furtak. Great. Alvitu and Furtak. Neither will be claimed on waivers, so that's good. That is good. Best lines at the NHL level. So we'll just start DiPietro here, because it makes all the sense in the world. This is... Oh boy, this. Alright, so Rhodes gets scratched. We'll put Furtak back in. And then Witkowski gets taken out for Johan Alvitu. While we're here, how's Outhouse doing? And that would be a big reason for Chicago's success. Griffin Outhouse is a very, very good goaltender at that level, as it would appear. So we'll sim this game against Tampa. We have a 100 rated offense again, so that's cool. And we lost to the Lightning. DiPietro, you let me down. You've done so well so far this year. What happened? DiPietro, he's still performing at a very high level. Vitaly Fedorov, not so much. He also hasn't gone up to an 82 yet. So not to say I'm nervous, because his trade value is still through the roof. Like, he is going to be an incredible goaltender. It is just taking a little bit longer than I thought. So we will have him between the pipes here for a decent amount of time, unless just all the players start to heal up, which in a way I guess is nice if it could at least stay that way. So let's go fix the defense one more time, and maybe, I mean, we haven't even made it to American Thanksgiving yet in this season, so right. All right, so Koltsov needs to be put back in the lineup. Will we lose DeMello on waivers? No, we won't. All right, well, that at least saves me a little bit of time, and I don't have to worry about it. Best lines again. Fedorov in goal. We go over here, and we take out Lindholm for Dylan DeMello. And finally, believe it or not, knock on wood, both teams are fully healthy. Insane, I know. But both teams are fully healthy for the first time since, like, opening night. So that is a very welcome sight. We have a 12-point lead on the second-place team in our division already. That is insane. Can we make a decent bit of progress here? What am I doing? I'm looking to sim to this Winnipeg game. That is what I am looking to do. Yep, that's cool. Replace player. I don't want Leo Komarov for a third-round pick. I'm going to have to decline that for fairly obvious reasons. As we lose to the Dallas Stars, the team I just made fun of for the fact that we had a 12-point lead on. So that's a great sign. Yes, it is. And trade wins with Minnesota. 16-6-2 on the year. Make that 16-7-2. And we have reached December 1st. I honestly was starting to think that we wouldn't make it to December, but it's looking like Christmas, or at least maybe New Year's at the latest, is going to be the stopping date on this episode. Now, I could, because I don't necessarily know if I plan on making any trades. Like, I don't necessarily think we have to. But then again, it might be worth taking a look at the stats and figuring things out. So, especially too, if you guys were to say, hey, maybe this should be the last year, then I could just go all out, trade away assets. But yeah, so we will stop at the end of this month or, Christmas, New Year's, around that time. So DiPietro will be in goal for the next 4 games, although part of me feels like I didn't. Okay, well, that didn't matter. Anyway, I'll get to check because Clayton Keller's injured. Oh, my God. This episode has been a nightmare as far as team management goes. Man, this has been brutal. Let's go best lines once again. And, we'll put Fedorov back in. We'll put him back in, go down to the AHL. And who can we put into the lineup, into that open spot? It will be Markov. Don't get concussed in your first game, please. Let me just double check. Can any of you guys play center? Yes, you can. Markov can. I probably should have known that. Let's drop Voloshenko down. And there we go. Team's looking all right. So can we please at least make it to Christmas without another major injury? That would be great. 4 straight wins and a waiver claim for the first time in forever. Steve Humphries from the Islanders. Low top 6 at 24 years old. You don't have a thing to worry about. I wouldn't take him for a 7th round pick. I'd rather place my bets and hedge my bets with that 7th round pick. But a hell of a winning streak comes to an end at the hands of the Arizona Coyotes. But of course, we will still be in first place by a large margin. 11 points, not too shabby at all. So DiPietro, you get a chance. Let's check on Fedorov. Though a 913, not bad. Attributes are going up, not at the rate that I would have hoped. So DiPietro, at least until someone returns from injury, or until someone gets injured and I'm forced to edit the lines again, DiPietro will get, he'll get the rest of the games here. The next 5 games if we go to Christmas, which I think is the plan here. I think that is the plan. But still, so far this season, a winning record for both teams. I'm not even going to worry about putting Owen Tippett back into the lineup as it is. He hasn't recovered. Well, Riley Sutter, there we go. Maybe that'll put Tippett back in. Maybe the assistant coach will do it for me. Maybe he'll be useful for once. That is the hope. Scouting. Let's just go forwards for 6 weeks because I really don't care. If I am to be honest here, as we continue to rack up the wins, Sutter's back. Whatever. You can... The Wolves don't have a game anyway until the 26th, so it's not too big of a concern. We have reached Christmas Day, and that is where we will stop the sim in this episode. 25-8-3 for the Blues, 21-7-2 for the Wolves, which again, I say, is pretty damn impressive that both teams are in first place. By a large margin, too, an 11-point lead for the Blues, a 12-point lead for the Wolves, despite this crazy amount of roster turnover. By the way, the Chicago Wolves, 85, 86, 82 for ratings. That is pretty damn crazy. Let's, I'll change the lineups back to what they probably should be off screen. Let's take a look. I want to take a look at the league-wide stats, of course, the player stats, and then we will call it an episode. So let's see. Are we in the lead for the Presidents? We are not. The Sabres, technically, they have a game in hand. So the Buffalo Sabres tearing up the Eastern Conference. But look at the goals for difference between the two teams. That is unreal. We have scored 8 more goals than the Penguins, averaging 3.25 a game. Only 4 teams averaging 3 goals or more per game. And we are the only team from the West to be doing that. Goals against per game, we are in second, as we currently have a tandem of an 84 and an 81 overall goaltender. That is pretty damn impressive. Our power play is up there. It's not tremendous, but again, with best lines and all that, who knows what we've been rolling out. And we do have the league's best penalty kill. Not too bad. A 15-3-1 record on the road. True road warriors this season. The Chicago Wolves, first place, I believe. Are they? That looks weird. Or are they in third, technically? I think they're technically in third. Wow, that was set up weird. They have the most points, but the Providence Bruins have 3 games at hand, as do the Texas Stars. But yeah, things are looking pretty damn good for the Chicago Wolves as well, which of course was the plan in signing all of those veteran players. So that's working out pretty well. NHL stats here. Connor McDavid, 42 points in 36 games, a plus 21. Michael Dowcall, 32 points in 35 games. Pretty damn good. Clayton Keller, 32 points in 28 games before being injured. Johnny Gaudreau, 29 points. Drew Doughty with 27. Costin, 25 points in 26 games. I'll take that. Tyson Jost with 20. Not bad for the second liner. We'll give him a bit more time. Stelio, 16 points in 36 games. Lavin, only 14 points. That's pretty disappointing. And Pedersen, 7 points in 36 games. He's a -3. That is pretty damn disappointing. Liljegren, 2 points in 23 games. Despite that puck skills category. Like, his shot just hasn't developed. But that is tremendously disappointing from him. We'll take a look at the goaltenders here. Of course, it's been pretty much a straight tandem. 23 games for Fedorov with a 15-7 record, a .914 save percentage. Michael DiPietro, 14 appearances, 10-1-3 record with a .955 save percentage. Needless to say, we could roll with DiPietro probably all the way to another cup. But, of course, the plan is to give Fedorov as much time as possible. Although people may argue maybe the right decision is to send him back down. We could call up Outhouse as the backup goalie, and then he's in his proper role, and maybe he'll develop a little bit more quickly. So let me know what you think of that. Should we send down Vitaly Fedorov? Let me know what you think. League-wide stats really quickly for the hell of it. We'll actually take a look at the goaltending, the wins leader right now. And actually, Ottinger, whatever, signed with Dallas. Vienny Vevalainen, the wins leader for the Buffalo Sabres. Nice save percentage for starters, Vevalainen as well. So he has a case going for the Vezina. The rookie race here, do we have anybody really in the running? Eggenberger, 13 points. Not looking too great for us right now. The race really between Andy Bannister and Ivan Sergeyev. All right, although technically we do have a goalie who could be in the race. Is that Stan Kaigorodov? It is Stan Kaigorodov. And technically, you could say that Fedorov is in the rookie race at the moment. But league-wide stats as we wrap up this episode. Let's take a look. John Tavares leads the league, 44 points. Backstrom and McDavid both at 42. Austin Matthews up to a 93 overall. Jack Roslovic for the Florida Panthers is up there, as is Josh Ho-Sang. Vincent, French name, 83 overall, but 34 points in 34 games. Not too bad. AHL, though, I do want to take a look. Philip Zadina, 39 points in 30 games. Fazleev, I don't know, 34 points in 30 games. So yeah, I can see why we are successful so far this season. Hopefully that continues, and for the love of the EA gods, can we please stay healthy in the next game or in the next episode? Particularly, hell, even in the next game. I'd like to avoid injury for as long as possible. Guys, that does it for what I would consider another successful episode of my Fantasy Draft Franchise Mode series. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of everything I discussed here, as far as what do we do with Fedorov? What do we do with the series in general? Moving forward, of course, I would love to know. And as always, any support with the video, the channel, more than appreciated, greatly appreciated at that. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next episode of my Fantasy Draft Franchise Mode series. I'll see you then.